What's up guys, it's Sungai. Today we're going to check out Kenwingston Avenue in Sungai, Besi. Let's go! Hey guys, today's project will be in a very difficult site to develop in because we are now located in between two of the main highways. It's as if the building is the divider for the highway. So we are now right adjacent to Sungai Besi Highway, and the one next to it will be KL Seremban Highway. Then we are also in between the Max Highway, and as you can hear right now from the site, it's non-stop traffic. So with projects adjacent next to an immediate highway, right? Usually the problem will be accessibility, because technically to roads there are actually tiers to it, meaning you have highways, then primary road, secondary road, tertiary road, local road, only you reach your house. So it will be an evolution of the size and the speed of the road. But this one is highway park into your development already, so that's not so good. And when you come out also, and because of that, the only way to access the site will be this one street that is shared between central residences along with the project. So if you come from the opposite side, you will need to make a U-turn before coming back in. And once you miss a turn, goodbye. And you will have the usual Malaysian problem. Everyone just parks at the roadside, and the road is already so narrow, there's still so many car parks around. Yeah. Coming up from the lift, what you can see here is one long floor plate, and here it actually is two blocks but just that if you build all together, then you can actually save up the minimum distance between tower. If this is two tower, then there will be a minimum distance for them to be split. So in order to be more efficient, they actually just combine all together, but technically it's actually two blocks all together. And we are now in this block here. It's 9 units per floor plate, sharing 4 lifts, 1 service lift here. Okay? And you can see that it's a double loaded corridor. You have units at both sides, and there are some voids in the center. Let's go check it out. So coming out from the lift, just now you can see that the lobby straight away feels very different from the external parts of the building, and this has always been kind of their style from this developer. And coming up, what you can see here, the lift lobby is rather bright. The width is 2.9, the height is 2.65. And you have the walls painted. You will have this kind of quartz stone for your lift, and it's closed via a fire door. There will be the refuse chamber here. So this will be for 9 units. And you can see this window, there's half wall height for tiles, and there's water, there's water, but just too bad there's no ramp. And from this view, then this is the main reason why the lift lobby looks rather bright. The window is huge, and that will be the closest MRT station, Taman Naga Emas, where you have a pedestrian bridge to go over via the cemetery, the school, and the temple. All those will be in this taman called Taman Naga Emas already. Nice. Coming out from the lift, they will be separated into 8 units this side, 1 unit here. So this is kind of like that private unit that's very exclusive, and this will be the connection, the joint between 2 blocks altogether. Although in the drawing it looks like one whole block, but actually there's no access at all. But here they can maximize out the distance between blocks because the site is actually very tight. The land shape is very odd, that's why they need to really do whatever they can. So the ceiling height here is 2.7 for the corridor. The width is 1.9, very comfortable. And I like the alang-alangkan the units, so very minimal units are facing each other. So in terms of privacy, that's nice. Okay, and you have floor tiles. This will be the voids for the bathrooms and the internal bedroom and the kitchen. Then at the end of the corridor, there will be this window panel here to kind of lighten up the space, and there will be 1 unit here. This one is also pretty exclusive, but from the void, this little slit of void here, we can really hear the traffic noise from the highway directly. So let's go and experience the unit instead. So this will be the unit that we're going to check out today. The width is 1.63, and technically you can actually just add out a grill like outside here. Let's go check it out. So this will be the unit I'm going to check out today. This is Type A, 850 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom unit. Okay, so when we come in from the foyer, then you will have the kitchen tucked at the side, dining space, living space, and it's connected to 3 bedroom. Actually, the one in the center here is going to be very small. Then you have 1 shared bathroom and 1 ensuite. The rest is all connected to the facade. Let's go check it out. So the first thing coming in, right, the door clearance is 1.08 meters. So this is way bigger than usual doors. That's very nice because when you move things in, it's going to be way more convenient. Anyway, this is the unit where you have the kitchen tucked at the side, dining, living, balcony, bedrooms through the corridor. Okay, pretty direct all together. Let's check this out first. So the condition you are witnessing right now is directly after the tenants left. So this is right after the tenancy. You can see a lot of signs of usage, and this is a part of property investment. So what we'll do is our team, they will refurbish everything for a fee, of course, and they will get it ready for the next tenancy. And this corridor here is actually 1.75, and all this cabinet is actually provided by the developer. So you can see all the drawers here, the top and bottom cabinet. You will have the hood and hob by Rubin, a 2-burner here. They can still use gas one. And there will be a basin here, and you can see the edges here. Okay, so this is what will happen without backsplash. So the developer provided tiles as backsplash, so you won't have signs like this. Well, too bad. And this will be the connection to the yard space. Well, nothing much, it's just a location for you to put in your washer and dryer. But at least they provide this cover. So it's nice, you have a window that connects to the kitchen. And coming through here, you can see the works from the makeover guys breaking the massive scale of the partition wall. Then this will be the dining area, and they kinda spoiled the shoe rack already. So the ceiling height is actually very high, 3.12, and the wall-to-wall width here is actually 2.75. Pretty spacious. And let's not forget that this is an 850 square feet unit. The living space is similar to the other layout type, so there's only 2 layout type for this entire building. One is 650, one is 850. So generally the sizes are smaller. The bigger one got 2+1 is a 3 bedroom, the other one got 2 bedroom. And the selling price for this freehold property right now is around 490 to 520,000. So it depends on which height, which orientation, also the condition of furnishing. And the rent for this fully furnished unit, the asking rate is 2,000 ringgit per month. So some things to point out about this location of Sungai Besi, right? Yes, the connectivity to KL City via the highway directly, right? It's good if you actually decide from the map itself. So if you look into the map, right? Wow, here you draw to the city. Wow, it's very close. But there's this thing called the accessibility as well. And this project demonstrates that a form of accessibility that's not as convenient is always one way in, one way out. So if you forget to bring something, you need to make a U-turn, right? Imagine you just forget to bring your phone. I left my phone in the house. On busy hours, right? The U-turn is going to be 30 to 45 minutes. Then another form of accessibility that also translates into convenience will be the pedestrian experience. Although this is located right adjacent to Taman Desa Petaling, I'm not too sure whether can those areas be accessed from a pedestrian point of view. And here, the only way to go over to the MRT station then is via the pedestrian walkway, via the pedestrian bridge. I like that, but there are no shops around. The only shops available will be at the adjacent building, which is the central residences. So you have some convenience stores, and that's about it. So to me, when I pick a particular project to reside in, these elements are actually very important. So I can easily drive out to grab a bite and I come back. And it's best I can do that without going through main highways or main roads. But that's for me, but it's very obvious that this project site along with central residences, right? Wow, this plot of land is seriously just carved out as a divider for 2 main highways like that. It's insane. Wow. And the moment that we are all waiting for, so this is the balcony, and if you were to open up the balcony going outwards, so what you can see now, that will be the MRT, right? Taman Naga Emas MRT. That will be the landed neighborhood. That will be M Oscar already. So this is Max Highway. Going in, that will be Bukit Jalil area. Kuching Lama area is right at the corner. What you can see here is Islamic cemetery. Then you will have schools. A mega temple is coming up there, and this will be the main highway So the width of this corridor is 670 mm. You will have tile flooring, steel handrail, and that's about it lah. Okay, so I'm not too sure is this convenient enough. Can you actually reach the MRT station via walking? I am not too sure because based on the observation here, I don't think so. Maybe you need to walk along the main roads. So the MRT station being so close is not really a selling point also. Eventually you need to drive over and park there. Going in, this will be the access to the rooms. The corridor width is 1.03 meters. You will have a room here. So this is the first bedroom. So the size of the room is 2.5 by 3.6. Okay, you can put in the double size bed and you still have room for bedside tables, and you can have your wardrobe at the corner. Yeah, and you will have windows here that's actually looking out at the same view. Just like the balcony, you can see all the landed properties there. Wow! But once you wake up, you can see the cemetery lah. So now it depends whether are you pantang or not. Moving on, then this will be another bedroom. I'm not too sure whether you can call this bedroom or not. It's rather tight, 2.45 by 2.25 in size. So at least you have a window here, so I think it's actually still okay, acceptable, especially if it's used as a workspace. So you can put your tables here, then it can be a studio or the extra room, right? So now that extra room becomes very important. So better got than don't have lah. So that's my point. Next to that, then this will be the common shared bathroom between the two rooms. So what you can see here will be Sorrento Basin and WC. This is the shower area, shower system. Full high wall tiles. You will have a window like that here, a bit small, and it looks like the ceiling is collapsing due to leakages. So you can see signs of leakages there. Yeah, you can see the whole line is all Okay, coming in, then this will be the principal bedroom. Very nice. You have the window here. The size is amazing. So it's almost 3.6 by 3.6 meters. Very comfortable. Like the bed looks very small here. You still have a lot of circulation space. Well, the flooring will be tiles. You have a lot of space for bedside tables, and the wardrobe is actually on this wall that you guys are standing on. Window panel, huge, very bright to the room. Just that when you open the window, then what you get is traffic noise, unfortunately. Going in, then this will be the principal bathroom. Okay, so what you can see here, Sorrento Basin and WC. Why got BB picture? Don't know. So you have full height wall tiles, no shower screen because of the width, and that's about it. And so I guess that's all for the unit. Let's go check out the facilities. Yeah, let's go. Okay, we just came out from the lift lobby. The lift lobby is very nice, and what you can see now is that we are surrounded by water features. So you will have the jacuzzi on this side at the infinity, somewhat infinity edge. Then this will be the children's play pool, and that will be the lap pool. Then you will have timber decks around the water features, but what's very obvious is the noise from the highway. Like now, this is like going to be your 24/7. Now we are still like post Chinese New Year a little bit. It's not the worst of traffic condition just yet. Yeah, on this side it's like that. On the other side is also the highway. So this project is really sandwiched between both. I don't know. Maybe like at the front there you can see that the water features sound kind of masked a little bit, but it's still very overwhelming to me as a newcomer. I don't know how is it like lah, but maybe you stay here for a while already, you kind of get used to it. What's cool is you can see that next to the pool you can have this massive play area for your kid under a sheltered area, so the kids can actually play here all the time. Then you will have some sitting areas at the fringe. You will have some landscape treatments, but they are not very well maintained, unfortunately. And this will be the central residences already next to them. Next to that, you will have a timber deck with outdoor furnitures. This is the main swimming pool, I guess the lap pool here in an organic form, edgeless. You will have the infinity edge to the pool, looking over some foliage. But again, here you get to see the cemetery. You can see the train track, and you are a display for all the neighbors here lah. Okay, but here you can still hear that the noise is still very obvious. And now next to that will be the gym. We are now in the gym, and the access is a bit weird. You come through the front here, then this will be the free weights rack, there will be the barbell area here, then you have the cardio machines at this side facing a Megan Salan Park. So all these are actually furnished by Spirit. I'm not too sure is that the brand, or I guess this is the brand. So it's all furnished by X-Track. And for a project with 619 units, I think this size is very luxurious lah. Okay, like the area is big. It's not too empty, like the amount of tools and equipments, I think it's all okay. It's all sufficient. But just that how I wish, right? If there's a proper circulation over, I know it's almost impossible to go through like 1 lane, 3 lanes over, right? But if you can go through there, then suddenly this area will be very exciting. But just look at the amount of residents around. So these are all very matured areas. But as an employee who stays there, there will be a lot of demand to stay over. And think about all the makan all along with the giant hypermarket, right? Actually next door only. Okay, right outside the gym, then you have some outdoor workout areas here, along with your barbecue area. So these are concrete bench, so it saves a lot of maintenance. A huge concrete table here, but again it's still the noise. And I really don't understand how can this reading corner, right, be open air. So this is a mini library. This is a mini library, but it's open air, sandwiched by 2 main highways. Wow. Next to that, then this will be the front part of the entire building. This will be the main community hall, and it's actually facing this. So when I say that this land is somewhat like a divider for the main highways, right, this is what I meant. So when you come in here, this will be all the visitor car parks, okay? And this will be a U-turn, whether you go into the car park or you actually go into the building. And it's impossible to build anything already at this side, because from the setback to the highway, you cannot build anything. Therefore, the developer just tried to squeeze this entire building as much as they could. So in terms of development and architecture, I think it's remarkable that they managed to squeeze something out of this. If not, right, this would just be a landscape buffer in between highways. Wow. And something about this road that I really don't like will be the U-turns that happens at the right lane. I think it's like because it's the fast lane, right? So it's pretty dangerous that people always like make a sudden turn and then just to make a U-turn here. And it's not normal to have a U-turn at a fast lane anyway. But if you stay here, the only way to go out, you will pass by that U-turn, and the only U-turn will be in the front, almost Bukit Jalil area, only you come back in. Yeah, so there's no access to this road at all, although you are located right next to it. And I guess that's all for the unit. Let's go check out the surrounding a little bit before we close the vlog. Yeah, let's go. And now we are in the elevated car park. You can still feel the noise from the traffic, but due to the size of the land, they cannot squeeze in a better ramp system. So they have 2 individual ramps, one coming upwards here, one for coming down here. So they turn, go behind, turn again. So this one will be coming up, then coming up. And you can look into the entire car park situation. It's really dark. And it's partly also due to the paint color selection, so it's really very dark. Although you will have a very short span of building width, it's still very dark. So you have epoxy lines, that's about it. Columns are thick, and this is the connection to the lift lobby. So it's directly next to the road. So when they make a turn here and somebody come out, right, it's actually very dangerous. But I like that there's ramp lah. So I really hope somebody can just add partition here for safety purposes. And this is the condition of the lift lobby. So now we are at the entrance, right? Come out from the guardhouse. Everybody is required to turn in to the lobby in this way, and this will be the cars coming out from the elevated car park. Okay, I guess this will be some of the visitors' car park on the side here. And due to its land restriction, right, I guess this is the only arrangement for the entrance, so it's kind of weird, very tight, but still functional. So coming up from the building, this is Central Residence, and this is the nearest stores that you can get. So you have KK Mart here, you have My News here, and some studios. If not, right, we will need to take the car, go out the highway, and let's see what we can find. we directly drove out just now to the main highway and made a U-turn back into Kuchai Lama. That seems to be the closest commercial area that you can get here, and this is where you can have a lot of F&Bs. And one of the better things about the site actually is the proximity to main addresses. For example, Puchong, Sri Petaling, Kuchai Lama is also surrounded by a lot of MRT stations. So you have the Kuchai Lama station, you have the Taman Naga Emas stations, and also the highways. So that's part of the number one thing that I like here. The second thing that I like then will be the price point. So I guess because of its site condition, because of its density, because of its accessibility, just think about it, right? Approximately 400 over 1,000, you get a 3-bedroom unit in the center of Sungai Besi. And if you were to travel to the city for work, right, and you travel around, I think it's pretty okay for 400,000. And a fully furnished unit also, the rent is 2,000. For partial furnished, around 1,600 to 1,500. I think it's still very reasonable. And the third thing I like will be certain design elements within the project. So first of all, I think it's admirable that the project team managed to salvage this location itself. So if not for a building, right, I think it's perfectly fine if these 2 block central residences as well as Kuchai Avenue, right, to be green buffers among highways. Just imagine if those are actually just greeneries and trees, right? The entire highway experience would be way more delightful, but they managed to squeeze in a building like this. And because of the site being so narrow, it really limits the entire architecture to things. The first thing will be the accessibility. You only have one way in, but the teams managed to pull it off. And once you go into the project, immediately you will feel isolated out from the external world. Like the lobby is amazing. The lift lobby is nice. When you go up to the unit, 9 units per floor, I think it's fine. The width of the corridor is nice, 850 square feet. For 3-bedroom, I think it's decent. The master bedroom size is appropriate. Everything seems practical, like the swimming pool, water body area is all okay. But unfortunately, the site conditions are too great to overcome, which is the first thing that I don't like. It's adjacent to not one but 2 main highways, and one highway is totally inaccessible at all. So technically you can only use one way in and one way out. So if you miss the entrance, good luck. And if you want to make a U-turn back just in case you forget things, right, good luck again. So the entire experience going into the building is not very pleasant. And staying to such a site then, especially in the facilities deck, the entire pressure of noise is just enormous. It's so great, it's so hard to actually just get out of the noise. Within the unit itself, after you close everything, it's still fine, but the facilities deck, ooh. Then the second thing will be also partly of accessibility, but the entire pedestrian experience or the residents experience. Yes, it's very close to all highways next to it, right? You're very close to all train stations, you're very close to amenities, but everything still needs to drive. So like now on a non-peak hour, we took like 10 minutes just to U-turn in and U-turn out to get into Kuchai Lama for food. But on normal days, I don't think it's going to be that smooth. And the entire experience of coming out, branching back in, joining back into the main highways and immediately need to take a right turn, U-turn, right? The entire experience is pretty scary. Yeah. And if you have the pedestrian walkway, if you go to the school, then it's fine. Besides that, it's only a connection to the temple and the Muslim cemetery. So also, you are directly located next to Desa Petaling, but you have no access to Giant Hypermarket. Also no point, right? So all those kind of things, it's close, but you cannot access one. Yeah. The last thing I don't like will be at that price range, of course, it's very attractive, but you just put a little bit more in, right? You will have better choices everywhere else. So you have Aquata, you have M Oscar coming out at the Max Highway area. Kuchai Lama has a lot, Sri Petaling has a lot, Bukit Jalil has a lot. Of course, it's not at that price range, but the amount of other choices that you can afford is actually in abundance. So I'm not too sure about the target market that is going to be settling there. Yeah, so I don't see any point because you have a lot more choices than to reside in that one. I guess that's all for the project. Do I like it? Not really, but mainly because of the micro-site condition that limits the accessibility and it limits the entire architecture and the experience of the user. It's very obvious that the developer has tried their very best. Like lobby do nice, unit do nice, right? But once you come in and out from the building, it's still very, yeah, even the entire entrance experience is so very weird. You need to make a turn first before you can drive into the lobby. Well, that's the best they can do really. So I guess that's all for today. If you really like this episode, like this video, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.